Live streaming is on.
Okay, welcome back. 请大家再回来哈。Okay, welcome back. And then we have a last last maybe 5 minutes for Dagmar's presentation. Okay.
Exactly.
So
if you can go, June, to number 14. Number 14 in Hiroshima.
Hiroshima is number 14. Okay.
39 or 40 in Hiroshima.
Hiroshima? Not yet?
Go forward until you get to number 39, to the slide. I'll tell you when to stop.
Is it here? Can you see the... Yes.
So I would like to conclude by relating to what came out from the talk in Kyoto, and also invite you to take part here. This is it. Just one before. Just
Hiroshima.
One before.
This one.
Another one before. Just one before. That's it. That's it. So basically, my visit to the Far East and this very interesting experience that I had in Kyoto led me to deal a bit with the issue of Japan and what happened in the World War II, which is fascinating to my understanding. And these images that you're looking at now were exhibited last year in Frankfurt in a solo exhibition. And if you look now at the next image, and no, again, next one, and next one. So let me conclude by telling you that the site is open. It was first on the air in 2018, but if you look to the far right, you can see that there's a section devoted to East Asia. And this is what I'm hoping to develop through looking at the very interesting story of your amazing Taiwan, because I visited Taiwan twice, and this is how I met you, June. And if you look now to the next slide, which would be the last one, you can see that once you go into the site, you have these red squares, and every square has a comment. So you can choose from wherever you want, and please write in your own language, and please be part of the project. It would be a great honor for me to have you in your language, and maybe to exhibit you, as I did yesterday in Tel Aviv, in my exhibition there.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll translate. So, 那个 Dana 好，刚刚整个过来，所以你可以看出来，他除了欧洲之外，现在也开始来找到东亚。那他说他来台湾2次。他很希望我们可以在他的计划上面留下我们的语言，就记录。那大家可以用中文写，留下记录。像他昨天所以当然他参加博物馆的展示，你看他可以到威尼斯建筑展，到他讲他的那个 Hiroshima 那个照片是在法兰克福展，所以呢，我们留下的 comment 其实也是他展览的一部分。那他会带到其他的研讨会跟其他的展览来，把这些观众的对话都写出来。So I will ask you. So you see, we can just go to your homepage, and we can write our comment there.
Exactly, and of course you can do it either in the Phantoms Project or in the Zionist Project, wherever you feel that you want to relate to, from whatever image that you see, that you think is interesting for you. As it stands now in East Asia, I have only images from Seoul and from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But hopefully, when I come back to visit again, I will take some images of Taiwan, and then we can collaborate and see how people basically participate in the exhibition we hope to do in Taipei one day, or in Taiwan, whatever we decide.
Okay, So we can write on any photo we choose.
Exactly.
Not only the photo related to
No. Of course, everything that you're interested in is super beautiful in my eyes. Whatever you choose.
好，大家可以到那个 Dagmar 的网页哈，就像这样子我跟里面好几页都是这样。那可以选任何你觉得对你有意义的照片，不管是欧洲耶路撒以色列或者是他现在开始，他说现在他目前有首尔跟刚刚是什么 Hiroshima 的照片，他以后会把台湾也放进去。那我觉得他希望这种对话，你可以在任何的照片，在欧洲的、台湾的、日本的都可以留下语言。那他觉得这样的互动其实是一个艺术计划。那希望以后搞不好有可以展示，我觉得非常，我是觉得非常喜欢我自己觉得非常感动。其实你看他的照片都会觉得非常感动。那 Dagmar 希望跟我们合作，我们有一系列未来的这样的计划。好的 ，OK。Welcome.
So really, June, I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity. And also to ask if there's somebody who wants to ask a question.
Yes.
So please.
OK， 最后几分钟，大家有没有要问 Dagmar 问题？因为 Dagmar you are leaving soon. Linda have a question, please.
Super, please.
你说什么？我想在台湾找什么样的Linda, do you have special topic for your Asia project, or still have a expansion of Asia still in this?
Well, first of all, I think I'm very close to Michael. Of course, I'm not as successful as he is, but I'm very interested in the understanding of the politics of East Asia in general, and of course in Taiwan in particular, because of the very long and lasting relationships between Israel and Taiwan, and of course, because you mentioned it, June, also of course Germany. And therefore, before I go, I do a lot of research and I'm trying to study. I believe that I would be mostly interested in relics of trauma, but I will need to learn much more about the history of Taiwan before I would be able to come and do such a journey. But still, I believe that within the results, when people are getting the images and they have the opportunity to tell their own personal story, everybody chooses an image, everybody relates to a specific image. And from that point, I see photography as a self-therapy tool to deal with our history.
好，我觉得非常感动。好，这也是我非常喜欢的计划。他说他觉得照片跟留言好或 comment 其实就是我们自我的疗愈。好，这是一个很长的疗愈。那他一路上从这边走过来，都是跟你对于记忆的这种创伤、创痛，跟你的怎么样去处理这件事情。那台湾有台湾故事，他做这个故事之前，他一定会去好好研究台湾的历史跟台湾的政治。好，那我相信大家用这种方式来，我们才不会流于一个空洞口号的一个泛政治化。好，我觉得这个是非常深刻的一个计划。我觉得非常高兴很大家非常兴奋。好，这个那我先来看看别人发言。好，刚刚我看一下Michelle, are you arrested in that? Okay. Michael asked Dagmar, your father was arrested in Dachau or have some kind of the survival history? Yes.
No, he was born in Israel. But yesterday I was interviewed to the Israeli media, and they asked me how does he relate to the issue of the trauma, and I said that it took me 35 years to understand that being a soldier in the Israeli army and taking part in 5 different wars made him a victim of trauma. And therefore, he did not suffer from the trauma of the Holocaust, but unfortunately, he suffered from the trauma of living in Israel. This is a very difficult and a very interesting society. And maybe next time we can talk a bit about our history.
Yes. 我觉得非常感人哈。刚刚那个 Michael 就问说，那一开始问了哈，就说 Dagmar 他照相片是不是他爸爸 是曾经被抓到那个大号的集中营哈。那刚刚 Dagmar 在上面回答说没有，他爸爸出生就在以色列哈。那而且最重要一点，但是他父亲是以色列的军人哈。但应该说以色列每个男生女生都需经过这样服役的阶段。大家知道哈，以色列的军队必须要面对过去打了很多战争哈，我刚才肯定讲说跟以阿战争啊什么，所以他父亲其实是真正的这个创伤是来自于当一个军人，而且必须上前线。那这个不是在 Holocaust 那一段，而是后来的以色列的这个地缘政治的这些所以我觉得这非常精彩那我们今天也可能没有时间再完整，但是大家知道那个创痛是很多层次的。刚刚有2位朋友举手，要不要打开你的麦克风直接发言？Two person raise there.
Okay.
Hello, Lily.
Hello. Thank you so much today have this opportunity to meet Dagmar and also Michelle. And because 2019, I have been in the Dachau concentration camp. So today I am able to see from your perspective, I think also continue to inspire for my thought about the restoration of justice. Because when I visit Dachau, actually I sense the kind of a respect for the death. And from your photo, I think I see something is more kind of have a deep reflection on what does that mean for our nowadays through your kind of a scope. So I great appreciate as well. I think I appreciate for the Michelle for your your presence, because your presence also to indicate the contemporary Germans, they willing and open-minded continue to process this experience. That also is very encouraging. And also thank you, Jim, for you organized today's meeting, and then hope have more kind of a meaningful project will take place and through this kind of a meeting. Thank you very much.
好，谢谢丽丽老师丽丽老师自己是心理，我要怎么讲，就是諮商師嘛我们要心理临床心理学家
，clinical psychologist. I'm clinical psychologist.
对，所以他很重视这个就是说关于创痛跟人的复原那丽老师要不讲，那你2019年你那时候那一次有去大好冬天，你们是冬天的那一次吗跟那个去古人神父的那个旅行。Okay.
I think, Lily, just to answer you very, very briefly, first of all, thank you so much for your comment. But I would like also to say that there's a very big difference between Germany and Israel. I think Germany stands today in the front of the issue of memory of culture. We have a lot to learn in Israel into the question of how to deal with our history. I'm afraid this is also a result of the fact that we are not yet in the phase of peace. And because we are not in the phase of peace, and because democracy is under a threat all the time, there is, of course, the question of how do we deal with the past, and if we have time to deal with the past. And unfortunately, we're not yet in the position Germany is in. But I believe that every society must ask questions about its history. And therefore, my understanding into the notion of looking into the East, and in my Hiroshima and Nagasaki images, there were many comments when I exhibited in Germany, many students coming from East Asia related to the images, and it was really touching to hear them talk the story of the second and the third generation of their parents in East Asia, in the generation between the world wars. So I think every society can benefit from looking into its own past. And okay, the situation in Germany is really excellent, the way I see it. And there are differences in various types of Germany. Not all of Germany is the same, but still there's a lot to study from the way they deal with their memory culture.
Yes, thank you. Michael, want to answer, have something to say? Michael, please.
Yeah, thank you, Dana. First of all, thank you for your contribution. It's very, very important, because art plays a very, very important role in fight against dictatorships, and also in the dealing with dictatorships later. In East Germany, for example, literature and music, also paintings were a big field of resistance against the dictatorship, sometimes hidden, sometimes open. So art is very important for both for fighting for democracy and for dealing with dictatorships. You told about Germany as a good example for dealing with the past. That's true, but unfortunately it took decades to regain this level of, you remember the first decades after World War II, there was nothing like this. A lot of the old Nazis were still active, especially in the field of legal system, police, and so on. And also in East Germany, we had, due to the influence of the Stalinism, we had some problems for Jewish people also. But now we have a very good situation. We have a almost complete archive of a secret service is open now for everyone. And this is a big, big chance and a good opportunity to deal with our past. And it's very important to show this to young people, that they can see that democracy depends from the people. If they don't practice it, dictatorship will come again. Look at Hungary, or look, for example, in the moment. Orban is close to be a dictator, and Putin is a dictator already. So, and this lesson,
and our situation is not so good either.
Yeah, and this lesson we can learn from this very open discussion about German past now in Germany. And I promise I will check your website and will do some comments to your pictures.
I wanted to invite you in person to the Soviet Phantom section, because over there I'm paying a tribute to a movie you have certainly seen about the Stasi Museum in East Berlin, what used to be East Berlin, Life of Others, which is done by the same director who is dealing now with East Germany in his new movie. And so the images of the Soviet Phantom are, for me, really, really important, because you see this mentality seems a bit different, but at the end of the day, you are so right when you argue that art has a play, as a play to part, part to play in the issue of fighting against dictatorship. And we're living in a society in which many people don't see the value. And this is why I really liked your comment when you said that a single person can make a change. And, we need to believe in that, because most of the people are afraid to take an act by themselves. And I believe it is crucial that every single one of us would fight for democracy. This is not something common, And well, June, I have to rush. I have to be in the Israeli Knesset in 10 minutes.
Okay, so bye-bye.
To the parliament,
Yes, come back later. So we say bye-bye to Dana first.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye, and Michael can with us for a while. Okay, bye-bye. So you can go online. See you next time. Bye-bye. 他要先下线哈，因为他 OK， 拜拜。OK, Michael, I translate that what you are talking. 刚刚 Michael 讲的就是，其实德国很重要，因为他们保留了很好的文献。这个文献这件事情，才让你能够有更多的记忆，你可以好好去处理。我觉得这个德国人保存文献这件事情非常重要。I think Dana mentioned about the film, the cinema. I think that's das Leben des anderen. Is that Michael, Michel? Das Leben.
No, I don't know if I think it's a documentary movie.
Okay.
There are many movies about Stasi now.
Stasi, but the most famous is one. 他有谈到一个
This is a very famous one, yes.
The most famous 就是很重要一本，就是应该是刚刚他提的那本，就叫《窃听风暴》。我们台湾就要翻译成《窃听风暴》，就是其实东德政权是靠窃听他的民众的一些。这部电影拿到奥斯卡金像那时候外语片奖非常有名，但是现在可能我知道 Netflix 也看不到。之后我好像还有一部 DVD， 我们之后再来看《窃听风暴》。 德国留下很好的记录影像，而且做分类，这个其实都需要一些知识的能力。所以德国人这种整理知识的能力，其实发挥在这种历史文献上面，也同时应用在它的科技发展上面。所以我一直讲这个你好好处理你的记忆，其实是一个国家的科技力跟创新力。So I mentioned about if you treat your document very carefully and preserve all the knowledge, this is like helping people, the current generation, to do some innovation stuff for the future. That's my comment. OK, 好，有 any question for Michael？ 有没有大家问题？现在刚刚这个sorry, OK， 有没有要请教 Michael 的？可以用写的或你举手好吗？大家这个机会难得，还有16位朋友上线，有没有问题呢？还是希望我们发展什么计划呢？我们讲这2位暖暖客厅现在来了这2位重量级的外国伙伴，那我们希望跟他们合作什么样的计划呢？海洋生物学家，我一定要强调他没有做。好，没有吗？那我请教一下 Michael， 他的一些，他现在在国际 NGO 做什么事 ？Michael。Our audience would like to know what's your engagement in your NPO association. You take part in Africa and also in Indonesia. What are you doing there?
Yeah.
How you help?
So I'm active in Ghana since 1992 because in East Germany I had 3 dreams. I would like to see coral reefs, I would like to see rainforest, and I would like to make a world trip. Everything was impossible under the communists. Maybe you translate first?
Well, again, I missed your point. You said you want to do something?
No, the reason was I had 3 dreams in East Germany because I'm seeing coral reefs, seeing rainforest, and making a world trip, a trip around the world.
And you never seen the rainforest?
I couldn't see it in East Germany because we couldn't travel.
OK， 所以他作为一个海洋生物学家，他当然是对比方说雨林啦、热带气候非常非常有兴趣，但是因为他在东德，他没有办法到国外去旅行，这个是他很大的限制。所以他一旦他解脱了就他1992年就开始在戛纳就非洲的戛纳在 NPO 里面，所以他其实希望能够非常了解过外面的这种海洋啊、地理环境啊、自然生态啊等等。好，所以他是个非常非常求知欲很强的。OK, and more.
And after the wall collapsed, I could travel around the world, and I saw in Ghana, I saw the rainforest, I saw coral reefs on Cuba Island. And when I was in Ghana, I met some biologists from Ghana, and they told me about the problems in the village. They need kindergarten, boreholes for water, toilets, and schools. So, and I tried to organize money in Germany from German foundation and donors to build such things in the village. So, toilet, school, kindergarten, and the school, and some materials for the school. This was for Ghana.
所以你到一个非洲国家，你到那地方你看到你的研究对象你的雨林还有自然环境，但是你一定看到那边民众生活的水平还有那个非常匮乏的情况，所以他才就开始为小朋友为一些学校比方水源的问题，有没有干净的水源，有没有好的就学条件，所以他开始他其实常常做很多募款的动作，然后去怎么样帮助这些人能够过一个比较有尊严的生活。OK, and then
I was about 30 times in Ghana, and my newest project just beginning now is a project of conservation for sea turtles. And maybe when I'm in Taiwan, I can see similar projects to protect sea turtles.
Sea turtle 海龟所以他最近开始的计划是要保护海龟那我记得我们台湾也是有嘛应该是在小琉球还是哪边？各位比较知道就是我们海龟问题会吸到海龟很多，因为被塑胶垃圾等等这些废物 所窒息这些事情。Okay, so you can come to Taiwan and see our sea turtle next year.
And another big field of activity is on the Philippines. There is a project to help very poor children from a very bad neighborhood on an island. And there are young artists, support the children by learning to do art like music or theater or painting or sculpturing. And so the children are very, very they can see their own values and the skills, and this combination of art and education is very important and very interesting. It's similar to Dana's report, because you see how important art can be as a tool to help people. So this is also a big project on the Philippines where I organize money from German foundations. And the third is Indonesia. I was working in Indonesia from 2006 to 2010 for the German government after tsunami for the tsunami rehabilitation. And from that time, I have still friends, and I help them, for example, with solar energy supply for the houses or building toilets. And so you see, even if I'm retired, I'm very busy, and this keeps me also young and healthy.
好，所以他刚刚讲戛纳计划，然后再来就是菲律宾计划。菲律宾他最近才加入了，就是你可以看到它非常非常多元哈。其中一个计划就是说，他觉得那些尤其对贫困地方成长的儿童，其实他对自己的价值哈是非常自卑，而且没有感觉，没有价值观。所以这个时候用艺术来让他们看见自己的价值是非常重要。所以怎么样透过艺术来让这些困乏地区的儿童找到自己的自信跟方向很重要。再来就是 Indonesia， 2004年那个南亚大海啸之后所以他就已经投入很多在这个地方的一些工作。其实我觉得你看他细数，就是他随时有计划在他手边，有的时候可能是像回来德国去募款等等。我相信叫他列出来应该就洋洋洒洒应该很多。最重要他说他做这件事情让他越来越年轻也年轻而且觉得有意义所以我觉得他其实就可以跟我们台湾朋友来讲这些事情，就是说你怎么样去让你的生活更加有意义，而且做了结交更多的朋友。 Yes, yeah. Okay, so anybody want to ask question for Michael? 有没有人要问问题呢？这边大家不要客气赶快我时间我看一下可能还有20分钟。大家没有要提问吗？好 Lily, okay, 好 Lily, please.
Thank you very much for Michelle for your sharing, for your experience. And as well, I think I would like, because my niece also is born in the West German, and now she is 22. And then she also studied in the design school. So through her developmental history, I also can see how the West German, they do this through the public education, and also for the formal education, try to enlight their youth about knowing this history. And I think I was very impressed. As well, I think I will like to also learn from your experience, because you grew up and also received the education in East German. And I think just nowadays in Taiwan, we often say when you live or grow in the more detective kind of a society, sometimes people tend to think dichotomy. So I would like to also maybe learn from your experience, how would you live in the more kind of also authoritarian, or like the society government is more control, you still able to remain the independence and also critical thinking. So maybe this is also will we can also to help when the society, their society is not so open-minded. So is that my question is clear?
Not.
Okay. 我先用中文。Let's translate Lily's question. Lily 老师是他说他你的外甥嘛在年轻的外甥正在 学艺术跟设计领域，对不对？所以同时他也可以感受到艺术跟设计其实就对一个人的疗愈是非常重要。那刚刚 Lily 的第二个问题是说，那 Michael 从小就是他青少年小时候一直到成年阶段，其实都在威权国家。那威权国家里有很多很多的限制，而且对价值的扭曲。那如何保持自己独立的思维？或者是就是说你还有办法能够不受那么被摧毁，然后还可以站起来。Michael, so do you understand Lily's question? Okay,
not completely.
I would say I would make it short. The problem is that since your childhood and you were a dog, you live in East Germany, DDR. Okay, so you have a control dictatorship. You living in this, and all the value system, all the distorted restraint from the human right and on the freedom of speech. But how can you keep yourself healthy?
Yeah.
With keep your mindset very critical thinking, and you have your own independence. Even you were outside, you have this kind of pressure from outside. How can you do that? How can you survive?
Now I understand the question. Yeah, the reason is that first of all, I think if you are a child, a lot depends from your parents. If your parents are honest and always honest to you and learn you or educate you to see the world with critical eyes, not believe everything the government is telling you, then you have a good chance. I don't know what would happen if both of my parents would be communists. Fortunately, they were not communists. And I learned early to see everything critically. And fortunately, I had in the school from my age of maybe 15, 16 years, some very good friends thinking similar like me. And if you have such a group, it helps you. In East Germany, the church was a very important location for resistance against the communists. I was not a member of a church, but some of my friends were members. And this relations helped me to survive and to keep my critical mind open. And we organized forbidden books or forbidden movies and shared them and always discussed about things, sometimes the whole night. So this is, I think, very important to live in such a dictatorship. You can, of course, choose another option, just to close your eyes and try to take your advantage. But this is not my way. And dictatorships can only survive if the majority of the people think like that. Just say nothing, just live. But this is not the way I like. And And when the system collapsed, of course, I was free, and it was very good. There was a risk, of course. I told you I was working for a better environment, and the Secret Service was watching me very, very strongly, and they prepared a prison for me. But fortunately, the system collapsed before. And yeah, maybe I hope I answered your question.
Okay. I translate. OK. 那 Michael 是说哈，就虽然没错，他是活在一个非常高压而且是集权的外在环境。不过哈，有一个小小的幸运，就是他的父母本身是不赞同那个，就不是完全投入的那个被共产党完全吸收的这样的父母，所以他其实从小的生长环境里面，父母就会给他这样的鼓励，让他用另外的眼光去看世界。然后他有讲到说，其实你还会有一群好朋友，所以他其实也会交往了一群跟他同样的观察事情的方式的朋友。那他们私下都会安排自己有没有被禁止的那种书啊、电影啊，就会拿下来看。就像我们党外杂志啊，过去台湾的情况，所以我们可以了解。所以他就很幸运的 可以维持自己的一个正常运作。就像我们台湾就是38年这么长的戒严政策之下，你其实还是会保留了很多自己的那个自己该有的清醒的判断哈。然后还有一点，他说他事实上因为他的是海洋生物学家，所以他其实是在为环境议题上面。在这个方面，那各位好，你只要处理环境议题，你一定会涉及政治，就一定会有一个政治上的利益的纠葛。那像他也是，他为了要保持环境，为环境生态说话，哈，你知道过去东德共产党或是以前的东欧这样共产党都是非常非常破坏环境的。超级的破坏完，然后弄得很脏啊，像东德就是挖矿啊什么，所以他们可以不顾这种人权不顾基本的那个基本的环境，所以他其实后来就被那个秘密警察盯上了哈，只是已经都想好要把他抓起来，只是刚好已经快要就说到了那个紧急时刻的时候，东德就解体了所以他幸运的没有被抓到监牢里面，也是一个幸运。这大概他刚刚跟我们分享是这样。好，所以大家有没有最后的问题？因为我们其实不是给他的故事，我可以讲他3天3夜，但是我们今天只是请这2位重量级的朋友，大家可以真的是我绝对说重量级绝对没有错，我只是希望说先让他们来认识我们大家之后，那各位在场各朋友们如果你们有更好的场合或你的机构本身就很希望邀请一个重量级的国外的朋友讲座，欢迎来接洽我我是他们2个的经纪人我就这样帮他们做了。OK， 有没有其他问题呢？或希望我以后听到我没有什么见解。好，明天晚上我先预告明天晚上我们另外一个重量级的朋友就是那个走出孤独协会的许德梦女士，这边在座的各位有几位曾经遇过她，来过台湾3次然后也真的是一个非常有兴趣的朋友。Michael, tomorrow you are on the train to Berlin. You told me that. Maybe you can use your cell phone to join because tomorrow I invite Dagmar Hirche. So Dagmar Hirche is one of the he is helping people, senior person, to learn the digital smartphone. So senior person is able to have the access to the digital age, and she was very active in Berlin and Hamburg. Okay, so if you join us tomorrow, maybe from your cell phone, you can talk to something also in this same time. But it's up to you 因为他明天在火车上，他不晓得有没有办法讲话的问题。好，那明天欢迎大家用同样的同样的连结再进来，好不好？好，所以各位还有没有其他问题？Sida 是是谁？好，大家要不要开一下？我看还有几位，大家还在上面嘛？好 ，Michael， 好 ，Ida， Michael。OK， 谢谢。所以各位，我们的德国共学计划共学旅行这次我没有排慕尼黑啦。我们以前去慕尼黑的时候，我大概去了3次那个大好集中营这里我们有好多故事可以讲。那柏林也非常非常精彩现在这个是 Felix， 你是哪一位？Felix。You want to open your microphone? 没有 Felix。
我是李俊贤。
那个李老师 ，You are photographer， 你是摄影师吗？
是。
老师要跟我们去德国吗？
我是正在家里，我们家里在讨论要不要跟
家里要好，老师也是摄影师，也是社区工作者好 ，Felix is also a professional photographer。OK。所以在刚刚 Dana 的 presentation， 你应该对你很有兴趣。欢迎你再帮我们安排请 Dana 能够邀请他来台湾。我不晓得要透过哪些管道，我是觉得博物馆或者是人权议题，或者是艺术当代艺术，我都觉得非常非常合适。那再请李老师帮我们连结，适当的，好久不见，谢谢李老师。那还有哪些朋友要发言一下？今天我们第一次看到很多朋友，没有很多朋友啦，但是大家可以要介绍一下吗？Stan 哥，好，有没有人要举手发言？好，那这大家那么客气。OK， so would you like to open your camera？ 大家要不要打开相机？我们可以跟 Michael 合照一张吗？大家要打开相机吗？我们这边有3位，OK， 还有一只小狗。So we have a pet animal here. Hi. So here, give us a pet animal. Hi. We have a dog. OK. 有没有其他要开镜头的呢？大家要不要开镜头跟我们合照？然后李老师，Lily，太客气了，你们 OK， 我先就截图了哈。我们好，大家先我看是刚刚 OK， 好，让我截图一下，大家可好，谢谢李老师。好，那我先预估一下哈，我们虽然明年我的第一团当然就是安排德国，对我比较简单，但是我们其实也非常想得到以色列哈。So we are organizing tour also thinking about traveling in Israel。所以以色列我应该会去，我们看怎么安排。再来呢，我们很想到意大利哈，主要是我想去参加威尼斯双年展，建筑双年展。就刚刚它是2021，那今年2023年还有。再来呢，我们想到瑞典跟丹麦，这有另外的议题，就是高龄社会还有他们公民教育。好，那很欢迎在场的各位可以用各种方式跟我们联系哦。那我们即使不一定去旅行的话，也欢迎，因为我们持续会把这些讯息带回给大家。我希望我在德国的时候，我还可以用直播的方式跟大家台湾的朋友呈现一些我们的分享哈。好，那刚刚知道哈 ，Michael and Dagmar will come to Taiwan and please help us to enrich our program. We have many cooperation like different group in Taiwan. 我们很希望跟台湾地方创生或各个区域台北之外的地方的人可以有合作。好的，好，那就谢谢大家喽，大家谢谢大家。OK， 那明天再上线喽，请你明天再上线，明天也非常精彩。好，谢谢大家，谢谢大家，拜拜，李老师，拜拜，
谢谢，
拜拜
，Thank
you very much，Thank you very much，Come back later， 拜拜，
拜。
拜拜。